Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. It's me, Omar Nowick. If you're wondering why my name is Omar Nowick, it's because I trade Nowick strategy. And Nowick candles, obviously. Duh. So this week was one of the best weeks ever for me and for the community, where I was able to make around $19,000, 8 wins, 2 losses. So I averaged around 2 trades a day, leading it to be 80% this week. So I'm not complaining. And as you know, as I said in the couple of videos back in the days, and I said it even on my Instagram, now I raise my risk per trade. So I used to risk $2,000 per trade. Now it's $3,000 per trade. And the reason for that is my live account already growing good. So, and I'm now more comfortable, increasing my risk. That's why I went from 2 to 3K, because I believe, I'm confident enough now to do that. So yeah, this was my biggest week ever actually in my whole life. I did some mistakes in the losses, which we're gonna talk about as well. I don't wanna yap too much, so let's jump straight into the trades. But before we do so, let's choose the student of the week, right? You guys been asking me who's student of the week. And this time, you gonna guys decide who's student of the week. Because look, we had Rami this week passing his account. He told me to not show his full name. That's why I'm not gonna show it. I gotta respect the guy's privacy. So I'm not gonna show his family name, obviously. So yeah, Rami got funded. Now, if you know Rami been here for like a couple of months now. I believe maybe 1 month, because he had the break as well. So he passes funded within 1 month-ish and he didn't know what a candle is. Like when Rami joined, he didn't even know what a wick is, what a candle is. He didn't know, until now. Like he asked me a couple of days ago, okay, Omar, after, you pass phase 1, what happens to the money? Does the money go to phase 2? I was like, nah, bro, it resets. So he didn't know anything, and he was able to pass his funded. And then we got Matt as well. Matt been in the community for literally 1 month. Literally 1 month. Even less, actually. Now, I might even put a screenshot the day he joined. Now, here's the thing. He got his payout. It's sweet payout, to be honest. It's $700, and he got it on futures as well. So that's why, and I've been seeing a lot of you guys saying, Omar, how do we trade it on futures? That's exactly why I'm gonna be having an interview with him, letting him explain to you how he was able to secure this payout and passing a couple of funded accounts on futures, not on Forex. So that was sweet as well. The guy haven't been in the community for 1 month, passing a couple of funded accounts, getting a payout of $700, which is pretty decent. So shout out to him on that. And then I was like, okay, it gotta be Matt, right? So I scroll a bit up, and then we got Martin as well. Martin didn't only get a payout, he got a payout and he passed a funded. And guess how long Martin been in the group? He been in the group for 2 weeks, and that's it. First week he joined, I told him everything I know, literally everything I know. And in his second week, he was able to secure a payout. So I don't know if Martin deserves it more than Matt, or Matt deserves it more, or Rami deserves it more because Rami is a new beginner. And then we got Lucas. Guess how old Lucas is, guys? He's 18 years old. The guy's still in high school. He still goes to high school. Like, I remember one time I was like, guys, I'm feeling FOMO when he was gonna pass his funded on his last trade. He's like, I'm feeling FOMO, I have a geography test in school. When I looked at it, like the guy's 18 years old passing funded. God bless Lucas, man. And guess how long it took him to pass it? 3 days. That's it. He passes funded in 3 days. 3 trades, 3 days, and that's it. Because he's doing the aggressive approach that I teach. So shout out to him for that. And then, all right, I'm not done though. I'm not done. So you might be like, okay, are these the only options we're gonna choose? Look who got a payout. One sec. We got Curtin as well, Kertan. He got funded as well. And then we got also Alamin getting a payout. And I'm like, bro, who did I choose in this case? Alamin got 2 payouts. Alamin is one of the OGs though. To be fair, Alamin is one of the OGs. I'm not gonna give it to Alamin. Alamin, you don't deserve it, brother. I'm playing. Actually, Alamin, after Alamin got these 2 payouts, everyone became locked in, because now, this week alone we had, like, you saw how many fundeds, how many payouts. And these are the people who share their wins, because some people don't like to share when they get funded, which we completely respect. So yeah, you guys choose Alamin, Kertan, Rami, Lucas, Martin, or Matt. I genuinely don't know who to choose. Anyway, with that being said, That's why we have the best community in the whole trading industry, because no one does this. All right? In 1 week, getting this many funded accounts, this many guys passing on futures, on Forex. Bro, soon we're going to start doing it on crypto too. All right, anyway, let's keep the yapping and get straight into it. Let's get serious, guys. Let's get serious, all right? So, first trade I took this week was on CAD JPY. As you can see, we're in a clear uptrend. And then we got a bullish no wick candle with no bottom wick. And then here we could have entered directly out of this. Actually, I think I did enter directly off this because this is the S setup. I haven't explained the S setup on YouTube yet. But anyway, that's how you take this. You take it as an S setup. And then you just, basically hold the trade. And you set and forget, guys. After that, boom. And that will be your TP right there. That's how simple this trade was. Super easy, super simple. I think, recently I've been trading a bit more in Asia because I've been waking up early. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I haven't been sleeping pretty much because of how much work I have. Because I'm not only, recording content for you guys, and I'm trading, teaching, recording content, and then there's time difference in time zones and all of that. So sometimes, let's say I have a student from Australia, I would have to wake up at 5 a.m. to have the meeting with them, and then I have another student from the US, so I have to be in the evening. So it's okay, and I have to train myself. So whenever I wake up and I see such a trade, for example, I take the trade and then I literally go to sleep, or I do whatever I want, or I start recording content, or have other meetings and so on. Anyway, so that was the first trade. You can see it here as well, like this, boom. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward trade. Now, this was the second trade. It was on CAD JPY as well. Look how nice. CAD JPY is my best Forex pair for a reason. So look how nice this trade is. We got a bullish no wick in the same exact uptrend. Let's draw the uptrend, boom. So let's start from here, just, for simplicity reasons. Boom, 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 boom. Now, when you take this no wick right here, because I've seen a lot of you guys on IG hit me up. Now, my students obviously wouldn't do such a mistake, but you guys who had never had one-on-one contact with you, I've seen you guys doing this very common mistake. When you take such a trade, now where's the higher low? This is the higher low, right? It's not this one. Why is it not this one? Well, this one is not the higher low because we still didn't break the highs, correct? Correct. So we didn't break the highs yet. This is why this is still not a confirmed higher low. This is called a potential higher low. Now, in this case, where do we put our stop loss? We put it base of the higher low, and this is the higher low. So once you place your stop loss, you place it here, base of this one. So 11.5. With breathing room, we make it 12.5, and that's it. Then you make it 1-to-1. Boom. Now, why wouldn't I take an Omar entry here? It would be actually, this is something I shouldn't be explaining on YouTube because I want to keep some small details, these stuff that don't happen very often. I want to keep them for my students because that's fair for them. But I must still like to help you guys. So the reason why here I wouldn't take an Omar entry is simply because we have another no wick under it. So in my eyes, this acts as a magnet now. It's gonna attract price down, and that's why if you take it, there's a high chance that we're gonna come down and tap this one. That's why if I want to take this, I would rather take it exactly on the no wick. So price tapped the no wick on the dot, and then went and hit TP on the dot as well. And this wasn't any news or anything. It was just price decided to dump after. So that's how simple the strategy is, guys. Uptrend, bullish no wick, price tap, bottom tick, like you future guys say, bottom tick, top tick type shit. And then after that, price just consolidated a bit, went up and then went down, and you would have caught if you had an Omar entry, for example, 14.5, you wouldn't have hit TP, but at least you wouldn't have been stopped out and you would have caught some profits. Now, why do you guys have it here? I genuinely don't know why. There is no reason. Now, obviously, let's say now after we broke the highs, now this right here became the most recent higher low. So now it makes sense if you want to have it here. And these are when these stuff happen in the market on the dot, if you hit me up on IG, I'm not gonna reply to you because I don't have time, or not I don't have time, I always reply. I reply, by the way, to every single IG DM I get. But if you hit me about this on the, while you're trading, I'm not gonna be answering your question. If you tell me, Omar, but we hit, if I had it here, I did this mistake. Because one of my students did this mistake. Instead of having it here, he had it here. So what did I tell him? Simply, move stop loss to break even. And that's what I did. Instead of holding the trade for hours and hours, after they got here, stopped out at break even, and that's it. That's how simple it is. Now, you'll be like, okay, Omar, but regardless, like if you didn't tell him put stop loss at break even, he would have got some profits here. True? But imagine, why would I let him go through that struggle psychologically of staying this long in a trade? You know what I mean? Plus, other than that, there is a high chance you could have hit stop loss. So it doesn't matter what the result was. We're talking, it's a mechanical strategy, back tested, and we've seen results over the years. So there is this pattern, they're always gonna follow, and that's it. And that's how I hit take profit within 45 minutes. Most of my students did the same. So yeah, that was it for Monday. 2 W's, W's in the chat, W's in the chat, and that's it. I posted this on IG as well. And now let's go to, I took this NZD JPY. It's not from my top 5. That's why I'm blaming myself for this trade. It is what it is. You gotta see how many mistakes. I took only 2 losses this week, and both of them were bad trades in my eyes. Like I did 2 mistakes. This one wasn't a big mistake. The only mistake was, okay, it's not the best. It's not from the top 5 pairs, right? Like it's not from the best pairs. I still took it. I'm not gonna say I was greedy. Maybe I was itching, maybe it got into my head. I won 2 trades the day before, made 6,000. Maybe it got into my head, all right? I'm gonna be honest. I'm completely transparent about this. So what happened here is I took this trade, no problem. So far, so good. And then, it's just consolidating. Here I'm like asleep during this trade. And then out of nowhere, this was flash news. News came out of nowhere and hit my stop loss. Out of nowhere, literally, it wasn't planned, it was nothing. And after that, yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't really care what happened after. So, it is what it is. This one worked out. Yeah, but it is what it is. Well, I can't do anything about it. It was flash news. So I got caught with this trade, unfortunately. And we move on. And then, where is it? Was it this? Yeah, it was this. And then I called this a U trade. Let me just do this. And the same day, I called this a U trade right here. I believe this was it this? Yeah, it was this. I'm confused about these because I don't believe I took these ones. I was helping the students. Yeah. Damn, these were nice as well during New York. Yeah, because it was AU. I was about to say, why didn't I take these ones? They're very nice trades, actually. They're very nice trades. This one makes sense why I didn't take it. These were AU during, what is it called? New York. That's why I skipped them. Anyway, so this was also on Tuesday. As you can see here, we had a change of character here. So we switched from an uptrend to a downtrend. And after that, we had high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And this was the change of character. Now, this is also something you guys have been really getting confused about. I don't know why, for the 3 steps verification. After the change of character, you don't always need to wait for a lower high and then a lower low. This is the 3 steps confirmation. But if you have it before that, if you have the 3 steps confirmation before that, it's all right. You don't need to wait for it after the change of character. So if we create the structure before that, you're chilling. You don't need to wait for it in this specific case. And by the way, if you're new to this channel and you don't know what I'm talking about, I've recorded a 4-hour course explaining my strategy fully for free, fully in depth on YouTube. So go check it out, all right? Anyway, so here, as you can see, we're in a clear downtrend. We had high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, bearish no wick, price tapped, stop loss at the most recent lower high, take profit fixed 1-to-1. Set and forget, we had TP. That's how simple it is, okay? And then this day was break-even day, so I wasn't very confident in this day. Why? Because I had 1 loss and 1 win. Usually, I have this rule where if I take 2 wins, I'm done for the day. If I take 2 losses, I'm done for the day. If I take 1 win, 1 loss, I can still take 1 more trade. This day, I wasn't very confident, especially the news that hit me here. So we left it there. It was break-even day. I believe I was like down $100. So pretty much break-even day. Couldn't do much about it. But to protect my psychology, I skipped. Like, I didn't take more trades. And then, guess who decides to trade NZD JPY again? Yep. It's Omar. And the funny part is, at 6 a.m. here, there was a yellow folder. News yellow folder, okay? Now, yellow folders don't do anything. Nothing. Like, usually yellow folders don't do any impact. So when I knew about there's a news. Where is it? Oh, shit. I knew there was news, but I was like, okay, Omar, it's yellow folder. It's not going to affect anything. So I take the trade, and price is doing, it's going normal. I wasn't even awake here. Like, I'm asleep during this trade. And then look what happens. Yellow folder caused this. I'm like, I wake up and I see this. I'm like, bro, what is this? Like, this came, it was prepared news, it was yellow folder. Why would it move the market like this? So yeah, that day I was a bit frustrated, not gonna lie to you, especially that happened back to back, like 2 days in a row around the same time, trading the same pair, same setup, same way I lose. I was like, okay, yeah. So that week I decided to, like lock in on the, like remove the, not trading NZD JPY for the rest of the week because I wasn't feeling confident in it anymore. And I'm doing this to protect my psychology. And that's why I'm mostly now focusing on the best Forex pairs. And we're gonna talk about the futures. Actually, I'm have an interview tomorrow with my student about how he got his payout on futures, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, after that we got this AUD CAD trade. As you can see, we have a clear uptrend. Boom, boom. And then once price tapped the no wick, I was cool. Okay, we're in the trade, we're in the buys. And then after that, boom, 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 boom. That's it. Literally. Bullish no wick, an uptrend, price tap, into the buy, stop loss at the higher low, take profit, fix 1-to-1. That's it. Okay? And then after that, we got another no wick here. As you can see, a couple of hours later. Funny enough, I wasn't the only one who took this trade. I took it, my students took it. We took both of them. So that's why I was happy about this, because I called them out, these trades. So I wasn't the only one who was winning here. And easy. That's how simple that is. So here I was like, okay, done for the day because I had this NZD JPY loss. Then I had this AUD CAD win. So 1 loss, 1 win. As I said, I can take 1 more trade. And then I took this trade and I was done for the day. So yeah, it was a decent day because I started -3, went up to +3. So psychologically, that helped me a lot. This is the trade I just explained here. So psychologically, that helped me a lot. You gotta think about stuff, guys. Sometimes trading is not only math and probabilities. Because yes, on theory, you're gonna, Omar, you can take 10 more trades and you're still gonna be more profitable because that's how you're gonna be more profitable because you already backtested this and you have the data for this. That's true. But psychologically, once you start taking so many trades, that's when you're going to start forcing trades. That's how you're going to start losing trades. And you're not going to be looking for good setups anymore. Because remember this, okay? There's a big difference between a valid setup, something like this, and a good setup. There is a big difference between these two. So you got to know how to filter out the difference between a valid setup and a good setup. Anyway, here, very easy trade. We have this change of character here. And then we had high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Got a bearish no wick candle with no top wick. Once price stopped, oops, why am I drawing? Here. Once price stopped the no wick, that's when I entered the sell. And look at this beauty. Beep. 15 minutes trade, we out. All right. Um, yeah, that's how simple this was. Funny enough, let me see what would have happened. Yeah, if you took, let's say, an Omar entry, you would still have hit TP, but again, for another reason, I took the normal entry here. I mean, I don't want to go too much in depth about this, but like we have a reason here to go up more. But yeah, I took a normal entry, and it hit 1-to-1 TP within 15 minutes. Otherwise, it would have taken you a bit longer, but you would still have hit TP. And this one, you would have actually caught a good RR if you wanted to. Yeah. Yeah, you could have caught. Oof. Yeah, I remember this trade. I've talked about it earlier. Someone sent me a screenshot. I was like, yo, Omar, why can't we take it 1-5, 1-6, 1-7? I believe this one, you could have caught it like 1-8. Yeah. Like this trade, well, you could have caught crazy RR on it. I'm not that. As you know me, guys, I stick to a fixed 1-to-1. But yeah, I know some people trade it 1-2, 1-3. You could do that. But me personally, Omar, no Wick, I trade it 1-to-1. That's how I have this high win rate. Otherwise, if you're gonna, because you know, as you know, the more the higher your RR is, the lower your win rate is. And then we got this nice trade that most of people would not know how to read the trend on. So we had a high, lower, low, lower high, low, low, lower high, lower low, then lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then all of this is consolidation. So just to clarify this is your most recent lower high, right? And then this is your most recent lower low. Cool. Anything in between doesn't really matter. Is this a lower high? No. Is this a lower high? No. Is this a lower high? No. Why? Because we still didn't break the lows yet. Until we break the lows, these are not a confirmed lower high. And then here, oh yeah, so the stop loss was more than 12 pips. And as you can see, we don't have any no wicks above. We don't have any imbalance above. So, and this is the S setup, something also I haven't discussed too much online. So I entered this trade directly as a S setup, entered the sell. Good thing is it didn't tap the no wick. That's how I know, okay, we have even more better confluence. And you could just think about it as if you took the Omar entry to keep it simple for you guys. But yeah, that was it pretty much. I entered directly after the candle closed and price dump and hit my TP. That quick, very easy trade, very straightforward trade. Only thing I would see some people getting confused about in this trade, they would have their stop loss somewhere like here or somewhere like here, which would be wrong, okay? But for the ones who've been watching me for a while, just think about this as an Omar entry. Last but not least, this GU trade to finish the week off strong. Very clean downtrend, no wick candle. No need for an Omar entry on this one. Price tapped the no wick, and then we hit TP. All right, and that's it pretty much. I believe that's it for this week. If you would like to join this amazing community and be a part of my one-on-one mentorship, so you can learn from me personally one-on-one, get your journal reviewed, have access to me directly and to the community, because all these trades we're taking, I take them, the whole community take them. We all trade together, we win together. But as I said, I always say this is not a signal group. This is more of educational group. I want you guys to learn how to trade by your own in order to be able to achieve the results that I just showed you in the beginning of the week. So if you would like to join our amazing community and the one-on-one mentorship, please apply through the link below in my description. And if you're qualified, you'll get to book a one-on-one call with us. Other than that, if you're new to this channel, watch my free 4-hour course on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, blah, 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 all of that, all of that light work. Let me know who the student of the week is. And I hope to see you inside the community. Let's keep cooking. Very nice week. Hope next week is going to be the same. And I'll see you in the next video.